Okay, so today we're just getting to know your face painter.
Nothing but good vibes. Let's get this on it right. Life's a groove, moving smooth, taking flight.
My name is Brooke Hepburn with Pure Energy Entertainment, and this is...
Hi, I'm Tierney Harris. I'm with Texas Wonder Face Painting and Balloons. I paint in the Sugar Land area, mainly Fort Bend County, of course Harris County, Houston, and a couple of little surrounding areas. I do go out as far as Beaumont and the occasional Louisiana event.
And Wharton County.
Yes,
so
and Wharton County.
We work together, actually. We met on Face Painting Help Group, and so we kind of book each other or refer each other. So you've gone to Wharton County for me.
Yes, and yes,
quite a bit.
Yes.
Yeah. How did you get started face painting?
Well, it was way back in the day when we didn't have the good paints. I was about 14 years old, and everyone knew I did art. And a lady from one of the local churches goes, "Hey, would you like to face paint for us, and we'll provide the paints?" And me, I didn't know, but I'm like, sure, let's do it. Yeah, you know, you get the little tubes of paint from Michael's, and you're like, oh, okay, hey, let's do it, you know, because you didn't know any better.
Right.
And I started painting, and people started giving me tips. I'm like, oh, I can make money at this. And that's how it developed. And of course, like I said, you know, as I come along, you learn how to do the better stuff and have the good stuff and have the right stuff, you know.
I know. When I was first asked, I was painting canvases and furniture, and I used my eyeshadow palettes.
Right.
I had never been face painted before as a kid, and I never really saw it in the small town that I grew up or the area that we're in. So I just used eyeshadow, and then I got the gunky stuff from Walmart, and then moved up and up and up from there.
That's exactly, because I was even at one point, we didn't know better because someone brought me some tempera paint. You know, because I used to paint windows for holidays. Yeah. And then they bring me the little craft barrel, apple barrel, whatever, acrylic. Ooh, the stuff you could just peel off.
And now that you know better, right? Like, it's absolutely terrifying to me. It's because you still see people who
cringe.
Their business will bring acrylics to do it for free, and they think. I remember one time, this lady was so excited to be able to do it for free on her free time. I'm like, it's so toxic and dangerous to the kids. Acrylic is not for the skin. There are so many affordable paints out there. Like I was telling someone else the other day, Snazaroo is a perfect thing if you're not going to do it all the time. If you want to start out just to practice, it's like a stepping stone into the face paint
Very
world,
much so.
for sure, and it's safe. Yeah.
Very much so. It is meant for the skin, unlike the acrylic paints, because they are even akin to like latex, and some kids will break out, and that stuff does not breathe.
It can burn.
It can burn.
So especially with little ones, their skin's still developing. So just a little tip.
Yes.
Do not put acrylic on the
skin.
gosh.
No.
What's wrong with you? No.
Especially now that we know better.
I know. But in case you don't know better.
Your insurance will not cover it.
Don't do it. What kind of events do you do more now?
Well, now, of course, I do some of my local HOAs. I do work for Greatwood, which is a resident HOA within the community near my neighborhood. I work a few other places. Actually, I do HEB's Kids Day.
Oh, nice.
I do their Kids Day, which is August 2nd.
Oh my gosh, I had like 7 HEBs reached out to me last year.
Pick the one you want the most.
I know, the closest one.
I work for one right now, and I worked for her for several years. And when she moved locations, I followed her.
Nice.
So I love my Kifon. She is just a wonderful manager for HEB. So I get to follow her.
When you have a good support system, you want to keep that as close, or try to make it work as best you can, right?
You do, and she makes you smile when you work with her. So that's always positive. I do work with a couple of charities. One of them is Candlelighters, which is childhood cancer. Oh, nice. They help the families in so many different ways, and they help the support staff for the medical community for the kids with childhood cancer. And I do several events for them throughout the year.
Do you volunteer to do that? Is that one of your volunteers, or do you still get paid for that?
I still get paid for it, but it's at a greatly reduced rate.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
They're like, no, we will pay you for what we do. I'm like, okay. Yes. I do have one I do volunteer for, and it's with some foster parent association. So I do their Christmas bash for them, just because it hits home a little bit in the back, you know. I do work with a lot of special needs kids, a lot of kids with disabilities, because I don't have a fear of tubes or autism spectrum or a kid breaking down. Like, no big deal to me. I don't have to paint you. Yeah. You might walk away with some glitter, but you know, hey. The hardest thing about people with disabilities are people without disabilities, because they don't understand the disability.
Right.
So that's what I get back for.
Nice. I think that's a big part of. I've had a lot of parents say, I don't know if they're going to sit still. I don't know if, my kid's going to do it. They're scared. They have autism. They're on the spectrum, this and this. And I'm like, let's speak life. They're going to sit down. They're going to do well. They're going to love it. We're going to get through this. I always tell parents, like, I'm a firm believer that there's life in the tongue.
Yes.
So whatever you speak, your kids are listening, whether they have a disability or not. They are paying attention to what you think of them and how you treat them and how other people see them too. So the best thing we could do as parents is build our kids up. Right.
know, you believe in, heck, you might have that 42-year-old man that wants a dragon on him, but he's more wiggly than that 2-year-old you just had.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Or you get the parents who stand behind them and they're moving.
Right, and they want to hold the kid's head for you.
So still, but I'm like, you can let go, please.
That's when I tell them, like, your kid's going to act better for me than it will for you right now, right?
The reason why I asked if you volunteer, because I know there's a lot of us that we get asked constantly, can you do this for free? Can you give your time for free? But then, there's, like you said, when it is close to home and it is in your heart, you want to support that community or that fundraiser or that cause. So I know for me, like, I have a handful of things that I'm willing, and if I can, I will do it.
Yes.
But for the most part,
you got to make a living. You have to.
Right.
And I'm sorry, and I've had way too many, and I hate this, because there are going to be the one that really don't have the funding. But there's the ones that have the biggest funding, but they want you to give 20 hours of your time at an event. And I'm like, oh no. I'm like, we have to survive too.
Right.
We have to be able to buy our product. We have to be able to go to this. We have to afford gas and food.
Well, and then you're also, that time may have been booked by someone else who's paying full price.
Yes.
So then you have to take that in consideration too. But one thing I've learned as I've gotten older, that's how the rich stay richer.
Yes, they do.
When people have money, they try to get away with as much as they can.
They will nickel and dime you.
But the people who have just enough, those are the most gracious people.
And that's true. The ones that have less know what the value of services.
Yes.
They know how much it costs for you to do this.
If somebody comes to me with respect, I'm more than willing to have a decent conversation. And if I can, I will. And if I can't, I won't.
I mean, there's several that are like, hey, I honestly, this is this and this is this. I'm like, well, let's see what we can do.
Right.
Let me know what's going on. Maybe we can tweak something, or, we can't do this, but maybe I can offer this.
Right. I know I get asked a lot because I have consistent events that I do with small businesses.
Yes.
And so for me, I always will do a reduced rate, because I'm going to do that
event a lot.
Week
yes.
Or every month or whatever.
And that's a loyalty thing.
Yes, thank you. That's the perfect way to say it, for sure. A loyalty discount is a good way to put
it. It is.
Right?
And
I'm going to add that in my contract. I do. Well, how do you feel about friends and family? What do you do in your business?
I charge my friends and family. My time, my time is my time. Now, it may not be the full price, but if you want me on a certain day, especially during hard peak seasons, like Halloween, I'm sorry, I'm here to make money. Yes, I'm here to provide a service. But if I keep offering for free for them, they're going to use me. And I've had that happen. And I will not let that happen again.
Or they tell other people.
And it was only this price, and they want the same price. No, it doesn't work that way.
I know. When I got older, I really am thankful that my mind shift changed, because I didn't realize, when I wasn't a small business owner, I didn't appreciate people who were working for themselves. And I tried to get the discounts and all this stuff. But as I got older and got in my business, I'm like, no, I'm going to pay you full price. I'm going to tip you. I'm going to support your small business. And I want the same in return.
Just like them, we still pay taxes. We have to pay taxes on everything. I mean, even our goods that we don't buy wholesale.
Right.
We have all the other incidentals that we have to pay for, not just our time. I mean, and I don't go into their job and they're like, hey, will you work 2 hours for free, and run your paycheck?
That's true.
So, I mean,
you're open to doing all kind of events, because we just finished our second day at a kids expo for the weekend. We're both face painting with one other face painter.
Yes.
That's why we're dressed like this. I've been doing my interviews in my normal clothes to try to get people get to see me outside of all my costumes.
Well, this is my normal. I'll wear this out anywhere.
It's cute. I don't blame you.
It's comfy.
Yeah, it's cute. I wore my first pair of overalls since I was a kid, probably a few weeks ago.
I probably have 15 pairs.
Oh my goodness.
My husband hates it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
like, you look so friendly. I'm like, but I'm comfortable and it's stretchy.
A lot of face painters, that's there's no bargain about being comfortable.
No, it's like, yesterday you saw me, I had my fancy apron and everything. It was 4th of July. I'm going to go all out. I love my holidays. But today I'm still in my 4th of July kind of mode, but I'm comfy.
Yeah.
I'm comfy, and especially when you're somewhere that you're going to be there for 6 or more hours.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't put on something where you're going to be like, ow.
Right.
The
unnecessary pain.
Yes.
Yeah. I think I've just been doing the costumes for so long, it doesn't
Oh, they're great. The costumes are great. But I'm sitting there, I'm close to 50. And I'm like, I'll wear an apron, but not a tutu. Depends what you're going to pay me. I'm like the Mrs. Frizzle of the art world with my aprons, because they all, go for whatever theme.
That's so cool.
I have a unicorn one.
Know that.
Yeah, I have a unicorn one. I have my 4th of July. I have a Christmas one. I could be one of Santa's helpers every Christmas because of that.
That's perfect.
I dress up like that.
Yeah.
The dresses, I'm like, no, because I want something. If I get my apron dirty, and it saves me from all the glitter, I can take off my apron and I can go somewhere where I'm not like transmuting the glitter to somebody else.
My husband always has it in his beard and his hair, and he's like, when people mention at work, he's like, it's my wife. He's like, Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
When me and my husband first got together, it was summer, and I wasn't doing too many summer gigs because it's so hot in Texas. It is humid and horrible in Texas during the summer. Well, he's all on a job, and he works in a big masculine, manly world, and with mechanical parts and big machinery, and he sneezed. And glitter came out, and it's been like 3 months, and he's like,
no.
Specific words came out, but there was glitter.
That's so funny.
And he told me about it. I'm like, it just means love. I love you. And he's like, "Rrr."
Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
So, glitter's everywhere. I like glitter. I have, probably like you, we have like 17 different colors of glitter at any one time, and all the new glitter palettes that come out, you're like, I need that one and that one.
That one and that one. Oh my gosh, that's the hardest thing, is like seeing all the things you don't have, and then realizing I haven't even used 16 of these split cakes.
Dude, you get stuck on certain colors that you like that work.
I know.
Especially works for all pigments.
Right. And that's important.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just, I know sometimes I'll use something that I think might look, but it doesn't, and I have to go over it.
Like
or
3-4
use
times.
Sponges sometimes instead of a brush because of this skin color.
And some colors just wash out.
I know, yeah.
And you're like, oh, I can only add so much black lines to help it pop, or white lines, it's not going to work.
And it's not even just like one shade. It's like, it's very light, bright skin.
Very light, bright skin.
Or dark skin, or even in between. It comes with practice. Like, I know for me, it's taken literally probably years to really understand.
Right.
And still, I'm surprised.
Well, and it's not even how well you load your brush. Sometimes they just don't work on certain skins.
Yeah. I've seen that in like the help group where the face painters are like, no, you're just not
loading it right.
No. I'm just like,
no. There's certain ones, and certain brands don't work right, especially in our heat.
Good, yeah.
Oh,
that's a good point. The humidity changes the paints.
It makes your paints
the brushes too.
Makes your paints gummy and stuff. You have to leave it out in the open, just try to dry it out.
Yeah, I left my white out
I did.
for that specific reason, because mine's getting all gunky.
Well, I did that too last night. Left it out and came back this morning. Thankfully, it had gone even. I'm like lucky.
And just to mention, anybody else watching who's not a face painter, my white is about $50.
Yeah, because I use the big 90
and not be well. Listen.
Yeah, because if you're like me, we use the big 90 grams because the white and black we go through so much.
Yes, yeah. So there's a lot of investment. There's a lot of time and money, and just in like research and figuring out what to use and not use too. It's a lot that goes into what we do.
Right, because you can only learn so much from TikTok and YouTube.
Right, and then you also. Everybody's so different, and we all have different, like my dolphin looks totally different than your dolphin, right?
And everybody has a different dolphin. Some might have a little bit bigger of a nose and stuff. Mine have a little thinner nose. I sit there and watch this one person on TikTok all the time. I'm like, oh, they did it like this.
They have the white bellies and some don't.
I don't like the white bellies as much. I like all colors.
Oh, well, I mean, I think a lot of them are really big, but
no, they're great.
Yeah,
but everybody has a style.
When you do yours a certain way, you have to find paints and brushes and things that match what your specific like artistic talent is, or like your genre of art.
Oh,
because some people do like pop art, some people are very cartoony, some people are very realistic. Right. It is amazing. Like, I am so amazed to see just even like a simple flower be done in a million different ways, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
I was like, went to a face paint jam, and they were like, oh, show us how you do your dragon. I'm like, but the previous person before me goes, oh, we can't really use this because the 1-inch brush doesn't work. I'm like, well, I use a 1-inch brush and I do it like this. Like, oh, because not everything works for everybody.
Right. Or just even the thought process. I went to a jam, and Connie Consuela.
Oh, I love Consuela.
She did a heart, and I would always do the heart, and then I would just like do another one in if I couldn't fill it in. Mm-hmm. But she did it and then flipped the brush upside down so that the colors would blend. Right. And I've been doing this for 12 years, never thought of that.
And you watch someone, you're like, oh, that's how it's done.
Exactly. So it's just, sometimes we just don't get it.
No. Sometimes it takes me forever for it to click, and then all of a sudden you're like,
oh my gosh, right.
Yeah, like duh.
Or duh. Or why did I put a nose on a dolphin? Or like I thought it was a unicorn.
Right. Or like, where's that supposed to go?
I almost put dots on a Hello Kitty bow today.
You could have Minnie Mouse.
Yeah. It's the little things. But if you're not doing it consistent, a lot of it is just practice. So if you're new and you're just getting into it, don't worry, like even after all these years.
Oh yeah. I mean, it takes us years.
We're still learning. Yeah, we're still learning and growing. So just keep practicing, don't give up.
Seriously.
Whenever I started posting more, because I used to not, I used to be very afraid, or just like I was very insecure about what I did. I had a lot of people around me who just told me I was, dumb for wanting to do this and making a career out of it.
What people don't understand, everything takes training, everything takes learning, everything takes time. Yeah. And people want to downgrade face painters and balloon artists. They don't understand you can have a good living off of it.
Right.
And I'm sorry, I work Monday through Friday. I have a regular job. Face painting paid for my education. 2 bachelors and 3 associates.
Oh, no way.
So Monday through Friday, right? through Friday, I used to work in the oil field, and I used to tell people I work for grumpy old men. Because it was grumpy old men in the oil field. But on the weekends, I'd face paint, you know, and it got me through everything. When I lived on my own and things weren't that great, face painting got me through it. You know, face painting paid my groceries, paid my gas, you know, paid for me to get my hair cut, you know.
Aww.
Just face painting has provided so much for me and my family, including Robux for my son, you know. And now he's actually gone into balloon twisting. He's 10 years old and knows how to do 8 designs.
That's so cool.
He works for tips and sometimes makes more than me.
No.
I'm like, really? You know,
Awesome.
But the value of what face painting has done for me has just allowed me to live and not have to worry about, like I said, my gas.
Yeah.
How I was going to pay some of my bills.
Right.
And, you know, how I was going to eat decent food and not be stuck on ramen and hot dogs. Not that it's bad, but it's not the greatest, you
don't
know?
wanna be stuck there.
No, you don't.
You couldn't have that as an option.
Right.
You don't want to be stuck.
One of those days when you don't feel like doing anything. But face painting has got me through so much, and it's a happy place for me.
Yeah.
You know, I like seeing, you know, you get the kids that don't smile, but when you get that one kid that's like, you know, just all excited when they see their face, you're like, yes.
Usually when they don't smile, when they run off,
they're happy.
So excited and happy.
And parents are like, say thank you. I'm like, but I got a high five. I'm good. You know?
Anything that I post, I've gotten permission from
No, I always.
I post a lot.
Well, and that's the one thing
But-
I always ask. And I forgot my sign this week. And I have a sign, hey, let me know if you don't want pictures taken or anything. But, so I ask them, like, can I have a picture? Can I post this picture?
Yeah.
You know,
That's
and,
important. It's very
you know,
important.
And if I need to, I'll fade out an eyeball or something where you can't recognize the kid, you know.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, the parents are like, yeah, post it. Do it.
Because they're on social media too.
Yeah, and they are. And they're like, oh, there's my kid.
Yeah,
you know?
but then, you know, a lot of times when I'm at schools or daycares or anything,
That's a
I don't
different story.
take it. I don't even ask because
No, that's a private.
right.
Even though it's a public school or a private school, it doesn't matter. That's still, the parents are not there with the kids.
Exactly. Right.
Yes,
Right.
I do the exact same thing.
And you have foster kids. You have, you know, people.
Right,
kids
and
that
a
are
lot of,
adopted
and even kids that are on the verge of being adopted, what people don't realize, what foster kids and kids that are in process of being adopted, you cannot take pictures of them and post them.
Right.
That is against the court rulings
Right.
and the Family Act and a bunch of other stuff, and it's
Right.
for their safety, because
Right.
you don't know what other parent or family member or someone else might see them and what the repercussions of that might be.
Right.
So
or
it's,
they don't. The family may not know where they're at, and then they find
they
out.
say, oh, they're in this
So,
area. It's not a good
right.
thing.
It's something you don't think about until you run across. I know
Right.
I never thought about it until I learned about it.
Yes.
And so now I'm just try to be very, you know,
Right.
aware and considerate. But content is very important. I feel
Content
like
is important.
That's the big reason why I personally stay booked so much.
Well, you have to get yourself out there.
Right.
You know,
People don't know about you if you don't let them know about
right.
you.
And like this past year has been booming for me, and
Good.
it's like everything all of a sudden started popping. You know, I'm out there. I send work to other face painters, or hey, can you work for me, like just like you do?
Yeah.
And you know, I have my little group and everything, but I have one person who I've really respected over the years, and I've worked for her for several years, and I'm telling her, no, I'm booked, and she's like, oh, good deal. I'm like, yeah, but I'm sorry, but I'm
know.
working. I'm doing all this,
Yeah.
you know, I'm doing a whole bunch for myself, you know,
Yeah.
and events that I'm used to doing, but I'm not doing them now because I have my own events.
Right.
You know, so I mean, it goes both ways.
Bittersweet, right?
It is. It is
Yeah.
very bittersweet, and there's lots of room for everybody out there.
Yes, that's a big reason why I wanted to start doing these interviews. I had the idea like months before Consuela wanted to share her story and
Right.
wanted to do it with me. When she reached out and asked me to do it, I was just like, but then I told her what I had an idea. She was like, okay, let's do it.
Let's
Let's get it started. And I was like, you know, there's no reason to not. I already try to support and encourage other face painters, but I wanted to do this so people could just get to know who we are, and then also see that you can support. You know, I just said this with Kathy's video. You
Right.
can support people who do the same thing you do
Oh,
and
yes.
still be successful. If anything, you lifting other people up brings you up too,
It
because you're all
does.
coming up together.
And eventually, there's gonna have to be someone to take my place.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to retire at one point.
I know.
I might be like, you're reaching out the casket to paint the kid right there, you know. But hey, you know.
I've had very negative experiences with other face painters.
Well,
who are
they like
very
to get
competitive.
Very competitive. They like to gatekeep. I asked one person one time, well, what kind of white do you use, and what brush did you do to get that one little design? Oh, I don't remember.
I moved to the Bahamas when I married my husband, and he asked an artist, like, where can we get paint? Because obviously he had never needed to buy paint. And she was like, oh, a paint store.
Yeah, let me go to Sherman-Williams.
Okay, thanks a lot. This is one thing I've learned in my 40 years of life. No one can take away what is meant for you.
Right.
The only person that can keep you from being who you are meant to be is you.
That's so true.
Trying to do anything for anybody else, they can't take nothing away from you. No matter how bad they try to put you down or treat you bad or look down on you, they can't change what is in store for you.
No, and
unless you let them.
Right. If you let them use you, they're going to run you ragged. But, you know, stick up for yourself and do what you need to do.
Right. Right. Well, thank you so much for letting. Thank you so much for letting me get to know you, and I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know Tierney better too.
Thank you so much. I've enjoyed it, and it's been a great weekend.
Yes. I know. It's so cool to work together.
Awesome.
See you guys next time.
Colors in the air, dancing in the light. This moment's ours. Everything feels so bright.
7 silvering serpents in the surface.